TV Live, I'm Michael Ayala. We have breaking news coming into our newsroom from Manhattan. There is a verdict. The verdict is in the Sean Diddy Combs racketeering and sex trafficking trial. We just got word moments ago.
Sean Diddy Combs was convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, but was acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering. The verdict was announced on July 2nd, following a 7-week federal trial in New York City. Combs had been indicted on 3 felony counts: racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The indictment also cited additional allegations including kidnapping, forced labor, and bribery. Prosecutors accused Combs of operating a criminal enterprise that orchestrated events known as freak-offs, involving coerced sexual acts, drug use, and paid male sex workers. The jury found Combs not guilty on the racketeering and sex trafficking charges, but returned guilty verdicts on the prostitution-related offences. Each conviction carries a maximum sentence of 10 years. He now faces up to 20 years in prison. Combs was arrested on September 16, 2024. Investigations leading to the arrest included home raids and multiple civil lawsuits. The initial indictment alleged that Combs's staff coordinated transportation and logistics for the freak-offs, supplied drugs, and cleaned up hotel rooms after the events. Prosecutors stated the events were recorded without consent and used as leverage to silence victims. Cassie Ventura, Combs's former partner, testified during the trial. She alleged coercion and physical abuse. According to prosecutors, a 2016 incident at a Los Angeles hotel involved Combs kicking, dragging, and throwing a vase at Ventura. CNN released footage of this incident in May 2024. Combs acknowledged the incident on social media, calling it rock bottom. Other accusers also testified. A woman identified as Jane claimed Combs physically assaulted her in June 2024 while under federal investigation. Prosecutors alleged that Combs used threats, force, and drugs to compel participation in the freak-offs. Searches at Combs' homes in March 2024 uncovered drugs and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. IV fluids were allegedly distributed after the events to assist recovery from drug use and physical exertion. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn held Combs during and after the trial. His attorneys requested release on bail, arguing the facility was unsafe. Inmates had recently died from violence and suicide. U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian denied bail, stating, "It is impossible for the defendant to demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence that he poses no danger." Prosecutors presented testimony that Combs was violent and manipulative. They argued he posed an ongoing threat. The defense acknowledged past domestic violence but claimed the relationships were consensual and the women were not trafficked. Combs's legal issues extended beyond the criminal trial. Houston attorney Tony Busby filed 6 new complaints in October 2024. Plaintiffs accused Combs of sexual abuse, exploitation, and rape in incidents spanning 1995 to 2021. One woman alleged that she was raped at age 13 after a 2000 party linked to the Video Music Awards. Ashley Parham filed a lawsuit accusing Combs of raping her with a remote control in 2018. By late October 2024, 5 additional lawsuits were filed. All involved allegations of sexual assault or rape. Ventura's lawsuit, filed in November 2023, was settled within 24 hours for $20 million. Combs's financial status was also affected. In 2018, his net worth was estimated at $825 million. By June 2024, Forbes placed it at $400 million. The loss of business partnerships contributed to the decline. Diageo severed ties with Combs in 2023, ending relationships involving Ciroc Vodka and De Leon Tequila. These ventures had earned Combs nearly $1 billion. Diageo cited the growing number of sexual assault allegations as justification for the separation. Sean John, Combs' fashion brand, lost value significantly. Once valued at $70 million, it was repurchased by Combs in 2021 for $7.55 million. Macy's later removed the brand from its stores. Combs still retained valuable assets. His homes on Miami's Star Island were valued at more than $80 million combined. His Los Angeles mansion was assessed at $46 million. His private jet, a Gulfstream 550 named Louvre, remained available for charter. Bad Boy Records, once a central revenue source, had returned publishing rights to artists in 2023. Combs earned royalties on remaining music in the catalogue, although usage of songs associated with him had decreased. Experts noted that licensing entities were more likely to avoid music linked directly to Combs. Restitution could be ordered as part of Combs' sentencing. Federal law requires repayment for victim losses in prostitution-related convictions. Prosecutors could seize funds from bank accounts or royalty earnings if restitution is not paid voluntarily. Legal experts estimated that Combs' defense may have cost up to $15 million. Nayama Rahmani described the case as the most expensive prostitution trial in American history. The judge scheduled sentencing for October 3rd. Prosecutors cited federal guidelines recommending a sentence of 5.25 years. Combs' attorneys argued for a term no longer than 2 years. Prosecutors insisted he remain in custody until sentencing. Following the verdict, reactions varied. Supporters outside the courthouse chanted, "Free Puff," and poured baby oil on themselves. Combs reportedly told supporters, "I'm gonna be home soon." Public commentary emphasized reputational damage. Ann Olivarius stated, "The damage to Diddy's reputation is real and demonstrates that the world is watching and survivors matter." David B. Allen said, "There's no coming back from this, as this is his legacy." Ana Garcia called the conduct revealed during trial repulsive. She stated, "This trial didn't up Diddy's gangster cred. Instead, it revealed a pathetic and violent man." Some believed a return to the industry might be possible. Tyrone Blackburn suggested Combs might regain footing if he shows remorse. Joel Denaro stated, "People's memories will fade." Music producer Tony Dofat said he was open to collaborating with Combs again. Jeff Abruzzese suggested Combs could return in a behind-the-scenes role, provided partners were willing. Abruzzese noted that post-scandal comebacks were rare in the current climate. He said, "Collaborators now have to think about brand alignment, audience expectations, and potential backlash." Chris Brown was referenced as an example of a celebrity who returned after scandal. Experts argued Brown's comeback occurred under different social conditions. The verdict reduced Combs' maximum exposure to 20 years. He no longer faces a life sentence. Prosecutors plan to pursue civil cases aggressively. Tony Busby stated, "We look forward to aggressively pursuing these civil cases to obtain justice for these alleged victims." Former prosecutor Sarah Krisoff said he is likely going to have to write some big checks downstream. The legal, financial, and reputational outcomes for Sean Combs remain ongoing,